anyway, guys, what we're moving into now is actually I'm going to ask Michael right now what nation is the best at negotiations in the world and what nations is the worst. Any guesses in the room right now? What region might, according to Michael Gates' opinion, could be the best negotiators in the world and who might be the worst? And any brave people in here who want to jump in and bring up any ideas on that? No? Should we just watch the clip instead? Okay, right.
Now, Michael, the exciting thing I want to talk to you about that I'm really thrilled about is if some cultures are better, automatically better at the negotiation table than other.
I mean, I would say if you're talking about political and peace negotiations, then Nordics have proven very good at it. They're calm, they're good at summarizing, they don't get emotional, and they tend to be quite good listeners. And also, they're trusted. Nordics haven't really gone around the world doing horrible things to anyone. And so
comes the exciting part. What culture, what part of the world do you find to be the worst?
Well, this is a very dangerous question for a cross-culturalist because, if there's anyone from that country listening, they're likely to be upset. Serbians. Why do I say that? I've had a lot of Serbians on the courses that I've run. And we always come up against a brick wall, which is that they say, if you make concessions, that's a sign that you're weak.
Cross-culture is not about being abroad.
I very much agree with your comment there, Tim, that cross-culture is not just traveling to another country. Cross-culture is crossing the street and going into a different organization. Then you have a culture clash suddenly. So how about that, guys? Michael Gates says that he finds Serbia, that culture, to be among the worst negotiators in the world. And then he claimed the Nordics among the best because they haven't traveled in the world and messed everything up for everybody else. Obviously, he can't remember the Vikings.
I know, of course. Although, I have to say, I was reading history today and it tells me the Vikings actually never existed. So we'll have to talk about that separately.
Right.
But of course, he did build on that a little bit. And I saw one thing that he said was fascinating. And he talked about the advantage of English speakers in negotiation because it is, well, certainly in cross-cultural negotiation, the most commonly used language. So, I was preening myself and thinking, yeah, that's absolutely true. I think these are brilliant negotiators. So he said, yeah, so that means that the best negotiators are the Dutch. Dutch? We were at war with the Dutch in 1672. What do you mean? The point he was making is that the Dutch have really developed English skills to a dramatic degree, and it is so widely used. But the point he made is that they're also extremely direct. That the problem for many people negotiating with the English is that what we would call our sense of humour, I suppose, means that we often, well, just in our understatement.
Yeah.
He was using the example of, you perhaps make some proposition to me, which I think, are you crazy? But I don't say, are you crazy? I say, oh, that's interesting.